Welcome back to the Byron and Pace podcast.
Welcome home to the Byron and Pace
That's definitely going to be our new intro because that's happened 3 times in a row now.
Yeah.
So I was hoping you would bounce off me just as normal.
Of course, always.
We didn't plan that for anyone listening.
There you go.
That's just pure organic goodness.
So I am sick. I'm going to try not to sniffle too much into the microphone, but if I'm a little sedated, then that's why, because I'm literally sedated.
And
now.
everyone is friggin' sick in Sydney right now. It's just COVID's finished. Oh, look, there's another flu going around. So
I reckon it's because we've all been locked up for like 2 years.
Yeah.
No one's been catching anything.
Yeah.
And
no one's getting a flu shot because we're like, can't be bothered. I've already had like 3 COVID shots.
Yeah.
So good fun.
No, it is awesome fun. Okay, so do we want to just get into it? Is there any announcements? We went to the boys premiere last night. That was kind of cool.
Oh, yeah, that was through, Byron, this podcast. We went to the, no, it wasn't the premiere, it was the screening.
Right.
So last episode we were sponsored by the boys. We also got to go to one of the screening episodes of episode 4. I got to meet some of the cast members. I interviewed a few of them.
Yeah.
For like, 3 minutes. It wasn't like a big sit down interview. It was just a quick, hey, answer some questions. Nice to meet you. And that was so nice. Like so cool.
Yeah, exactly. To be honest, like I haven't seen the show very much.
Yeah.
I was more excited to see you interviewing them than I was to see the actual cast members. But
well, you have no affiliation. No, you have no
exactly.
affiliation. What's the word?
The affiliation.
No.
Affiniate. Oh,
it's like when you like
affiliation.
You have no like reason.
What is that word?
Like they you would just be excited to see them because they're famous, which is kind of stupid. Whereas I'm actually a fan of their work.
Yeah, fan of your work. So
yeah, there you go.
All right.
That was good fun. So make sure you follow along.
Speaking of someone who I'm a fan of, and I think you probably would be too.
Okay.
Did you know that David Attenborough has been paid by the BBC to record every single word before he dies? Yeah.
No way.
Yeah. So
they can make like a Siri.
So since his health, fuck me. Since his health began to decline in 2017, the BBC have been intermittently working with Attenborough to record every word in the English and Latin languages with up to 10 different inflections in order to create an AI-based voice generator to mimic the famous British naturalist after he passes.
Wow.
So while many think the mantle of like nature documentary narrator should be passed on to someone else after he dies, with candidates such as Barack Obama and Benedict Cumberbatch as the frontrunners.
Sure.
The overwhelming majority has been in support of preserving one of the world's most important natural wonders. So David Attenborough's voice.
Yeah. It's not though.
But it is. Could you imagine?
But it's not.
But can you imagine watching?
But like, it's cool thinking that David's, he's aligned himself. The whole point of David Attenborough is he would only align himself with certain brands. So, it's going to be high quality. He's talking on the mic. He's presenting. It was just a computer generated thing. Then anyone could.
But I think since the dawn of basically like TV documentaries and nature documentaries in like a global way, he's been the voice.
Yeah, but I'm saying
he's so old. He's
I know that, but I'm saying this isn't his voice. It's just a computer that's used his voice and he's dead, which is kind of. I would rather have Benedict Cumberbatch do it or someone who's alive.
Yeah.
Me personally, I feel like it's more warmth.
I think there's something cool about it.
It is cool, but it's not.
There's also an argument to say that like it's a bit weird.
When do you watch a nature documentary? Like my mum will be like, she's tired. She takes an afternoon. She lies on the couch. She watches it to relax and wind down. And
when
it's nice and makes you feel good. But if it's a freaking computer speaking, it's like,
Well, it's not really because he's doing every single word in both languages with 10 different inflections. So they can basically like... Well,
he's not speaking it.
Well, I mean, but sooner or later, the line between like computer and AI and human is going to be pretty blurred anyway. With like deep fakes, they could probably have him anyway. Yeah, it's kind of terrifying, but
let's get someone else in.
Yeah, but is it true?
Yeah,
it's 100% bullshit.
No way! Oh my god, we were talking about this thing the whole time.
Got him. Straight out the gates. Yeah, no, it's bullshit.
You made up the whole thing?
Yeah.
No, I reckon there's like an element of you saw like theories or something.
No. I was trying to research it. Some like random like software people have like tried to create an AI that replicates his voice, but it sounds shit. And
I was about to say, you can't get the rhythm and everything.
No,
like,
it sounds.
And then he went to the All right. Well, fair play.
Yeah. Thank you.
Did you know there's a brain condition that gives you uncontrollable urge to be sarcastic at everything you do?
Okay.
So if you've damaged the right frontal lobe of your brain, you can develop immer Sarkasche, which in German stands for always sarcastic.
Okay.
The condition causes a compulsive need to be constantly sarcastic, even in serious moments when it would be considered inappropriate.
Okay, so it's kind of like Tourette's, but for sarcasm.
Yes.
I reckon it's bullshit.
Let me keep going.
Okay.
Part 2. One theory is many people are born exiting the womb with their right head facing down and will often bang their head very softly when being born. People believe these small bangs this early in your life are enough to cause micro damage to the head, leading to sarcastic, meaning lots of people around the world could have this like really kind of minor disease or what not disease, medical condition.
So those dickhead friends that you have that are like always sarcastic.
Yeah.
Got hit on the head as a baby.
Yeah.
100% bullshit.
You think it's 100% bullshit?
Yeah.
It is 100% bullshit.
Yes, it is.
However,
Good.
I took this from an existing condition.
Okay.
Imagine everything I said is true, but the ability to make puns.
No.
True.
No.
I swear to God.
No.
Let me bring it up.
So there's a medical ailment.
There's a brain condition that gives you an uncontrollable urge to make puns. If you've damaged the right frontal lobe of your brain, you can develop Witchschlacht, which is German for joke addiction. The condition causes a compulsive need to constantly make up or tell jokes, even in the middle of the night or during an important interview. And that's 100% true.
And do you think it's why dads or like men always do these like dad jokes at the worst moments? I know I do it. Like
Right. I think that's
not that I'm a dad, but it's just like
I think that's them trying to alleviate a bit of tension.
Yeah, exactly. But it's a way of dealing with like a heightened emotional situations. You try to like cut the tension with a pun.
Yeah, but there's a difference between a medical condition and like that's an actual medical condition.
Are you serious?
Yeah. That's damaged the right frontal lobe. Like I don't think those men have damaged.
So you have to make a pun every time.
Well, no, not like that. Not that literal, but apparently it's true. So there you go.
That is two-parter. That is amazing.
I thought I'd manipulate it to be sarcasm because I thought that was funnier.
Yeah.
But I was like, I don't think you're like it's too crazy. But the puns, there you go.
There you go. That's a good one. Alrighty. Speaking of a brain thing.
Nice.
All right.
Flawless.
Did you know that woodpeckers wrap their tongue around their brain while they're pecking to protect the brain from brain damage?
I actually did know this.
Yeah.
I came across this while researching for jokes.
How good?
I mean, not jokes, stories.
Like stories.
Yeah, like when they're not using because it's so long,
Yeah.
it wraps around their brain to fit somewhere.
That's insane.
That's disgusting, but also
But
really
it's also
cool.
very cool.
So how long is it? It must be like so long.
Well, they've got a beak, so it's like as long enough to be like, wow, this is going to be a terrible description. But yeah, it's long enough so that it literally wraps around to the top of the brain and then cushions it while they're pecking. It is true. It's actually a submission from Liam Schicker.
There you go.
There you go.
Speaking of...
Fan submission?
Nope, got nothing.
Okay, all right.
Did you know that detoxes are a scam?
Detoxes are a scam. Okay.
Body detox or cleansing products don't work. It's just a marketing tactic.
Okay.
There is no scientific or medical evidence to support any of the claims made by juices, teas, shakes, ionic foot pads, or other products that promise to remove toxins from the body. Aside from that, your body already has a built-in detox system where your liver, kidneys, skin, and other natural defenses do the job on their own.
True.
Usually, it is just the fact that the juices have fruit, vegetables, and vitamins in them, which are good for you and make you feel better.
Yeah. Interesting. Because part of it is like this half like starvation thing where you're causing your body to go into starvation mode, which like is supposedly good for you.
This is more like juices and stuff. Yeah, but
I reckon it's true. I reckon you end up just consuming less calories and more nutrients so you feel better.
So you think the detoxing process is actually beneficial, but the literal promises and the marketing of
it's total bullshit.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's true.
So they are bullshit. It is true.
So you are correct. The story is true.
Yeah, nice.
They are just marketing tactics. But if you sign up to a cleansing plan and therefore you only have 3 juices a day.
And it works.
That's not because the juices are detoxifying you. It's because you're eating less and probably consuming,
you're less bloated, less inflamed. Like,
and look, we're just talking our arse here. This is just us kind of going.
No, this is medical advice.
No, this is our theories.
Bona fide medical advice.
But I mean, look, some people might disagree with what this statement, but based on the research I've seen, some people say science backs it up, but like they can't back up the science.
Well, it's like that intermittent fasting thing. A lot of people think it's just that you consume less calories because you're basically just skipping a meal.
Yeah.
And it's hard to catch up on those calories later in the day.
Do you know the origin of like intermittent fasting?
No.
So I don't know if this is the origin, but do you know Dave Asprey?
No.
So he's worth I think he's worth over $1 billion now. But he started a company called like Bullet Coffee. Have you heard of that?
Yeah, bulletproof coffee.
Yeah, so people partner intermittent fasting with that. So they have this coffee instead of breakfast, and the coffee's full of fat and stuff, which goes...
I've heard about this.
Yeah. So how he started that was he was in a country, I can't remember, like Nepal or something, and he was climbing like a mountain, and he came across the locals who created this type of coffee, And he was like, wow, this is amazing. And he kind of started, he started doing it and he started using it and he realized how cool this was. He literally just took that and basically leveraged capitalism and marketing in America and blew it up. And now it's become a huge brand.
White man capitalism.
There you
Just
go.
Take something that someone else has created.
Take traditional medicine and creations from thousands of years and monetize it.
There you go. But I feel best on a day when I have no breakfast. I just have a black coffee in the morning. And then I have like lunch around, 11 or 12 o'clock.
And that's something we're getting like driven young here. Like it's good to experiment with your body so you can figure out what works for you. I think, especially in your 20s when you're young, it's like just try this. Try going vegetarian for a few weeks. Try going vegan. Try doing all these different things. Yeah. What works for you? Because there is no one size fits all.
So chase fad diets is what Byron's trying to tell you.
Chase fad diets and see which one works for you.
So did you know, speaking of things that are popular, did you know Paris Hilton's mum taught her how to be great in bed while she was a teenager?
No way. Actually, that sounds true.
So, from the book The House of Hilton, it says Kathy Hilton instructed her daughters to adhere to a life philosophy of marrying rich and having lots of babies with rich men. Paris's grandmother had asked a young man to teach her mum in his van outside the house, and then those lessons were then passed down to Paris. She said she wanted her to know all about sex, how to perform sex, literally the best way possible.
I'm going to believe this.
Yeah? You think it's true? This story is true.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. It sounds something like she would do.
But horrifying.
Like horrifying. I mean, that whole world of like, I just hate that belief. Like you should marry rich, be good and bit. Like you're literally living your entire life to please a man. Like you're
Does
not
it upset you because you're not rich?
No, it upsets me because, isn't she like a...
What? I mean, she's the heiress of the Hilton family who own the hotel, so like she's fine.
Yeah.
But
then what's the desire for her mother to have a daughter marry rich when they're already rich?
Well, I'm assuming her mother married the heir,
Yeah, but she's done the hard work. Now,
true.
Now her daughter can marry who she loves without the downside of...
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. If it works for you, then it might work for your kids.
All right. Well, not speaking of anything because I can't link it. Did you know you actually cannot sink in quicksand?
Okay.
So while it's easy to get stuck and hard to get out of, it's impossible to sink because it acts as a fluid twice as heavy as water and you aren't dense enough to go under. It liquefies the more you disturb it. So as long as you don't panic, you'll only sink to about half your body length.
Yeah.
But through movies that we've grown up watching, quicksand seems to be something that we should all be scared of and you can drown and like sink in it. But it's actually impossible.
I always like grew up thinking it's the most terrifying way to die.
Like Indiana Jones sort of thing.
But are you saying that it's impossible to drown or get sucked into it? Or are you saying that if you stop moving,
it's impossible.
Why?
Because I just explained,
because you
just can't sink any further.
Because the buoyancy of your body will keep you afloat.
You'll only be able to sink about half your body length.
Right. Could you get out though?
They said you can get out, but it's still difficult.
Okay.
Yeah. But you're not going to just slowly go under and your hands grabbing onto it as a rope comes in.
As it just sucks you down into the earth. Yeah.
I really thought quicksand would be more of an inconvenience in my life.
True.
Growing up, and I'm yet to encounter it.
I reckon this story is true.
Completely true. Yes. There you go. Quicksand.
I mean, it's kind of disappointing, but also
comforting.
I'm out of stories for today.
I got one more.
Okay.
It's a good one. I don't know if you know this or not. So did you know that during the first ever live iPhone demo, Steve Jobs was secretly switching phones because they couldn't even play a song without crashing? Their displays were rigged to show 5 bars of signal strength, and he had to use a portable cell tower just so that it would seem reliable enough to make calls.
Yeah.
One little mistake could have ruined the entire presentation, but Jobs got through it flawlessly, and the iPhone was a hit before it even worked.
Okay. Well, this wouldn't surprise me. Do you remember the Cybertruck demonstration?
Oh, yeah.
Elon Musk? That was a total shit show.
Yeah. But that was that happened on stage. This was only revealed 10 years after.
Right.
So it's not like a marketing strategy.
Do I think I reckon that's true.
You reckon it's true?
That sounds true.
It's actually completely true.
There you go.
There you go.
There you go. So it was basically just like a prototype that basically didn't
I think
work.
his logic was, look, it's going to do all this. We need a little bit more time.
But we have to
do this show. We have to announce it now. Yeah, get some hype.
Yeah.
So they just figured out a way around it. And I guess, what are the ethics behind it? It doesn't bother me. I mean, he delivered on what they promised.
Sure.
So it's does it really matter?
Well, it's like that thing we were listening to the other day. The woman who developed that blood
Yes,
testing.
Emily
Warren? No, that's the politician. But she developed this machine that would test your blood just from a pinprick on your finger,
and it could like identify,
and it could test you for like diseases, like malnutrition in like real time,
which would have changed the world because it means you wouldn't have to draw blood, go through the whole process.
Yeah, but it was a total hoax.
Yeah,
she had like a $10 billion valuation on her company.
Yeah,
and now she's in prison. It was a total fraud.
Good story.
Yeah,
great story.
Shit, yeah.
Dad jokes? Oh, wait, sorry. The news. We're up to the news.
News for Noobs.
News for Noobs. So we changed the name for anyone who listens to it. What did we call it last time?
I think we called it Gods of Conversation.
Gods of Conversation.
But it's not really that. It's News for Noobs by Noobs.
It's News for Noobs by Noobs.
Yeah.
That's correct.
Have you got anything you want to start off with?
Yeah, I'm just trying to find them.
Okay, I'll start off then. Did you know that this is actually like a fact or cap thing. Did you know that the European Union has pledged to have the same common phone charger by 2024?
That's one of my stories. Yes,
yeah.
I did know that. That's
How
so cool.
good.
So by 2024, the European Union, so Apple has to like switch, which is kind of good. I wanted them to switch anyway because like they're like the only phone company that isn't using USB-C.
So like the EU has agreed that everyone has to be using USB-C by autumn 2024.
Yeah.
Apple products like iPhones, iPads, even new laptops will have to conform.
It's great.
Which is amazing.
I wish Apple had switched to USB-C earlier. The iPad's already USB-C.
Yeah.
I think they're just scared because like people like me and you who are in the tech world love it, but most everyday consumers just go, I've got to change chargers. Like when they switched originally, like 5-10 years ago, everyone had friggin' went crazy.
It's bullshit. Like one of the things it says here, which, could be a cool thing to bring up, is that like a lot of people are arguing it would stifle innovation. A lot of people, as in like the companies that profit from like monopolies on chargers, but it would save consumers up to 250 million euros a year on unnecessary charger purchases and cut 11,000 tons of waste per year.
Wow.
Yeah.
Great conversation.
So good.
So did you hear by 2024 they're looking to, really? But the great conversation starter. That's going to make you sound smart.
But why not the rest of the world? So like the European Union
I think I doubt Apple would just do it for UK phones. I think they'd have to do it for all their phones.
No, European Union, not the UK.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Yeah, not the UK.
Yeah.
EU.
Or they just roll it out in the EU. Because Apple would stand to profit still so much from like the rest of the world markets having their own gimmicky little chargers.
Well, speaking of Apple, the newest Apple conference just came out announcing the new iOS updates and whatnot. And they have a great new feature where you can now unsend text messages and you can edit your text messages within iMessage in the first 15 minutes of sending it.
Wow. So like you can change it around after you send it.
You can like click edit and like change it like,
time.
I hate Dale.
How
and I
many
can switch it to like
relationships have been destroyed off the back of like a wrong send?
For me, it's just constant spelling mistakes. I can be like, I'll fix that.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah. So, and that's just one thing they've announced, but that's the one thing everyone's going crazy over.
Yeah.
So
the other annoying thing is they've now announced M2 MacBook
right
chips
after we got the
after we just bought the new ones.
But another cool feature they've announced is you can actually put your phone, they've got a mount, and you can mount your phone here and it'll connect to your computer and you can FaceTime using your iPhone's camera.
Oh, wow.
It gets even cooler. It uses the ultra wide 0.5 lens. Literally, this is insane because it's so wide. It somehow uses computer technology to map out the bottom here, and you can switch and have a top overview and show people what you're doing. So you could be like writing notes and use one camera on your face and the ultra wide to somehow map down below here and show everyone what you're doing down here.
The fuck? So this is the back camera?
Yeah. So you have the phone like facing you with the 3 cameras.
Yeah.
And it has one camera on you and then the ultra wide can map down the bottom.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Really cool.
We got to get it.
Yeah. It's like a Belkin mount. You just mount it on your phone and it connects.
God damn it.
Yeah. Cool little feature.
God damn it.
Great for
more money to spend.
Virtual podcasting. No, not really. It's just a mount.
Yeah, true. I found this one quite cool. Uber is now partnering with the UN World Food Programme to help with delivery of food and emergency supplies in war-torn cities in Ukraine.
Oh, cool.
How good is that?
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, finally. Companies doing good things.
Good little one to throw in. Oh, yeah. You hear Uber's helping out in the Ukraine, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go. Good one.
Yeah, because if Uber is like collapsing worldwide though, isn't it? Like in the US, they've like died.
I don't even know if they're profitable. I don't think they've ever been profitable or something.
Crazy.
The kid Leroy has had to cancel his recent Melbourne show and apologizes due to health issues, disappointing like what, 15,000? No, tens of thousands of fans. Don't know the exact number. 14,000 strong crowd reacted negatively when he announced came through, and he's had to cancel. He was basically just sick as a dog.
It's such a shit situation because
nightmare.
He's having a nightmare because the only thing he wants to do is go out there and perform.
sure.
14,000 people have basically had their whole night wasted.
Yeah.
And like months of anticipation and just like it's cold, it's winter. Like
Refunds, tickets, everyone at the event.
such a shit show.
It's a complete nightmare.
You got to feel for the guy.
Absolutely. And he just basically, he was really, really sick. He tried everything he could. He got like IV drips. They tried to pump him with vitamins and stuff to make, but he just couldn't do it.
Yeah.
So he had to pull the plug. So it's looking like it might happen for future, because he's on a tour, Australian tour. So we'll see what happens. But again, another bit of information to throw in there. Oh, did you hear Kid Leroy had to cancel? Blah, blah, man.
So I've had tickets to go and see Stormzy for 3 years now.
Oh, really?
Because it's been cancelled so many times, and I'm just like, fuck it, I'll go. The money's been spent in my eyes, so I don't want a refund. I'm just holding on to the tickets until the concert comes back. But
Nice.
there you go. Interestingly, after the shooting in Texas, it looks like there is going to be some movement in the US Congress to adopt some relatively light gun control measures around like mental health and school security specifically. And also, did you see that Matthew McConaughey just spoke at the White House to advocate for responsible gun ownership and showed a pair of Converse shoes, which are apparently the only way to identify one little girl because her body was so mutilated by the AR-15. How fucked is that?
God.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
It's terrifying.
That's horrible. Holy crap.
If
If that doesn't do it, I don't know what
I
will.
know, right?
There's actually a video I saw of Donald Trump when he was president, and he was just like, he was basically saying, look, I think we should get better gun controls, and everyone in this room has the power to do that. I don't have the power. It's up to you guys. And he's just like, I personally think we need to get rid of this. And everyone was, and I was like, I think since Trump is gone, he was definitely like, obviously the media had a whole role, but I was like, wow, that's crazy that the people in the room had the control, but nothing still happened.
Nothing happens.
It's just like, what?
Money. Yeah, it's sickening.
On a lighter note,
Yeah.
Paddington Bear has joined Queen Elizabeth for tea at Buckingham Palace to celebrate her 70th year on the throne.
How good is this video?
So cute. So his sporting his iconic blue duffel coat, Paddington Bear sat down with Queen Elizabeth II for tea at Buckingham Palace as part of the Platinum Jubilee Festival celebrating her 70 years on the throne.
Yeah.
It's a great, cute little video. It's been seen by millions. And they talk about how they both have marmalade and their different strategies for their marmalade bread.
There you go.
And it's a cute CGI Paddington Bear
That's got to be like the first and only
tilting his hat.
ad she's ever done.
Yeah, I don't know anything else. Yeah. So yeah, that's been
We were saying, like, this is a cool conversation bit. Like, we were saying, imagine the person in the meeting
who
at
pitched
the
the idea.
advertising agency that was like, we'll get the Queen. And everyone's like, yeah, good one. All right, what's next? And they're like, no, like, we can do this. We can pull this off. And then amazing. Absolute
you think you can or you think you can't, you're right.
Exactly. Yeah. Driven young. Is that enough news?
I got one more.
Oh, all right.
Thousands of UK workers begin the world's biggest trial for a 4-day work week.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, big news. So
Shit.
more than 3,300 workers at 70 UK companies, ranging from local chippy to financial firms, start working a 4-day work week from Monday with no loss of pay in the world's biggest trial for the new working pattern.
That's amazing.
Very exciting.
It's cool that it's in the UK. That surprises me.
I've already said my thoughts on my other podcast. I think it's a great idea because I think if you give someone 4 days, they're going to find a way to get their work done in 4 days. I also know most
if you give them 3 days,
most jobs waste so much time.
Yeah.
There's a great video of this guy, and he's like, the first time I realized how messed up time for money was and wages was when I got given 3 hours to set up a room, and I found out a way to do it in 1.5 hours. And when I said I've done it in 1.5 hours, they said, okay, go clean the toilets. And he's like, so my reward for figuring out how to do it quicker is to go clean the toilets.
Yeah.
And it's just like, that sums up, I think, a lot of...
Totally. Well, it's like that old adage of like, find a lazy person to do the job and they'll figure out a way to do it the fastest.
So I'm a big fan of the 4-day work week. I think most people will find a way to do all of their work in 4 days without any loss of productivity, and they're going to be happier and more excited with their company.
And maybe on the 5th day, you answer phone calls or whatever,
or
but like, you don't have to be there.
Yeah.
It's insane how like people spend most of their lives working.
Messed up. So, and working in something they don't enjoy, a large majority.
Yeah.
So I'm a big
real
fan.
Tragedy.
Excited for this news. We'll see how the trial goes.
Yeah. Alrighty.
Sweet.
I love this section, man. Even just for us.
Yeah.
I learned so much.
Yeah. It's good fun. Good fun. We actually started posting these on TikTok. They didn't do too well.
Yeah.
I think we'll keep trying. We'll give it a bit.
Yeah.
We'll give it a bit of a hit. But this isn't for TikTok. It's more for the podcast and YouTube and like longer form for people who want to.
And also, we'd love some feedback. Like
100%, please.
Yeah, let us know if it's actually useful.
But yeah. Otherwise, last segment.
Ready for the jingle?
Would you rathers?
We're getting good at that. We are getting good at that. Would you rather know how you die or when you die?
Haven't we asked this one?
Have you?
Yeah, I think so. But I think we had quite a bit of a dispute on it, I remember.
Did we?
Wait, how you die or when you die? I would rather know when I die.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because what if I die in a car crash?
As in, like, you knew that you were going to die in a car crash, but you didn't know when. You'd just be terrified.
Nightmare.
I mean, ideally, you don't want to know either.
Yeah.
But if you had to
when?
choose.
Why you rather know when? That's actually kind of cool.
But it would mean life would be meaningless because the great motivator in life is death.
And if I know I'm going to die in 30 years, it's like, okay, I got 30 years.
Sure. But then, like, when that clock is ticking down.
Yeah. But I mean, either again, Pace, these are never ideal scenarios. We have to pick one.
Yeah, true.
You're always like, what about this? I'm like, right. If I can pick none.
If you knew you were, all right, let's say it was 30 years and you'd done the 30 years and you'd done everything you could to have the most fulfilling life. How do you want to spend those last few days, or like, how would you wind down? Where would you want to be? What would you be doing?
Probably with people that I love.
Yeah.
Doing what I love. I don't know. It depends in those 30 years who I'm with.
Matthew McConaughey's dad style?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Nice.
As a reference to the last episode, we won't tell you.
Ooh,
go check out the last episode.
Little Easter egg. All right.
What about you?
Hit me. Oh,
You can't say what, because if on the off chance it's something that you do regularly, it's just that's it.
That's it. Yeah, game over.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go what, just to be different. I'd rather live life still with the fear of death and not knowing when it was gonna happen.
Okay. But here we go.
Okay.
Because this is where we get to like time travel and stuff, and it's like by knowing. Here's the interesting point: if a genie comes to you and says, "Which would you rather?" and you say, "When or what?" Like, let's say you say what.
Yeah.
Just by him telling you what it is might be the reason that you die that way.
Huh?
Well, let's say he says you die in a plane crash.
Yeah.
You can just avoid planes for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
But if you start avoiding planes, something's going to happen which puts you on a plane, which is the very reason that plane crashes, because you've been trying to avoid it.
And then, I'm not sure I follow.
So let's say the plane crash example, right?
Yeah.
So he says you're going to die in a plane crash. You go, well, I'm just never going to fly again.
Yeah.
Okay, so you never fly again. But then something happens, you get kidnapped or something. Because you never fly again, you get put in a scenario, which means you end up on a plane and that plane crashes.
Yeah.
Because you have to die that way no matter what.
Yeah.
But if the genie hadn't said the plane crash, if he said, all right, you don't know how you're going to die, you might die another way, and you just go on planes your whole life. So just by him or just by finding out the answer could be the very reason you die that way.
Could be. But it's also like, could not be.
No, you have to, could not be.
I'm too sick for this,
I guess.
This
Moving
mental
on.
Gymnastics.
Okay, this is another philosophical one, just like the one we just gave.
Okay.
Would you rather punch a 2-year-old and...
Yes.
Would you rather punch a 2-year-old and nobody knows about it?
Okay.
Or not punch a 2-year-old, but everybody thinks you did?
Oh my God. I'd punch the 2-year-old.
I'd punch 2-year-old
Yeah,
as well.
for sure.
I mean, look, they'll be fine.
Yeah.
As long as we're not doing any permanent damage.
No, exactly.
Yeah.
I'm not that strong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
And then I get to save that memory for the rest of my life.
Yeah, exactly.
Just kidding. Fucking hell. All right. Would you rather have free healthcare or free education?
I don't know. I've got both anyway.
Yeah, I know. You lucky bastard. But like, we're one of the only countries in the world that has that.
I don't know. I guess this is more a parental question.
Why?
I think free education
Is more important than free healthcare.
I think it's more important, but free healthcare might actually be the better answer, because all it takes is one wrong thing and you're, like in America, if you like go break your arm or something and something goes wrong, you could be like 50K in debt, 100K in debt.
Yeah.
I'd have to say free education.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's the basis for any society.
Well, that's why, everything I do is for education, because it's like, how do you fix all the problems in the world?
Yeah.
It actually all begins education.
Yeah.
So.
And actually, funnily enough, it's the biggest way to move the needle in terms of the success, like the development of a country, like GDP or like improvement of conditions, is educating women.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
The world over, it's like, So,
And that's where I think, like, we've got free education in Australia. I just don't think it's very good. Like,
but it's better than most places.
It's better than most places. But again, that's always a dangerous mindset to get stuck into.
All right, hit me.
Would you rather be be a character in your favorite game, or be a member in your favorite band.
A character in my favorite game or a member of my favorite band? Definitely band member.
Yeah.
Easily band
I
member.
knew this.
I don't even know what my favorite game is.
Yeah. What's your favorite band?
Probably of all time, Green Day.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
That'd be a cool band to be in as well.
Yeah.
I couldn't see you in AC/DC.
No. Yeah, Green Day, I reckon.
Nice.
What about you? In Green Day? Me and
No,
you.
I'd be a band member of Queen.
Queen.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Imagine being a band member of Queen.
I can see you as Brian May.
Yeah.
On the guitar, shredding.
The long hair.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be cool. All right. One more?
Yep.
Would you rather only be able to have fried eggs or scrambled eggs for the rest of your
Scrambled.
life? Yeah?
Scrambled.
Is it easy answer
More
for you?
universal. I think I get sick of fried after a while.
Yeah.
When I was making eggs, I do like 4 days fried. I'm like, I'm sick of fried eggs. But scrambled eggs,
Because you can do them like runny scrambled,
Exactly.
dry scrambled.
Exactly.
Yeah.
really-
I reckon you got to go scrambled.
Yeah,
For
gotta.
sure. Is scrambled the superior egg choice overall?
No, I think poached is.
You think poached
Yeah.
is? But poached is boring.
It's so good though.
It's good, but like,
A scrambled is the most practical and like universal, I think.
but I reckon it tastes better as well.
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
Depends on the scrambler.
But like, all right, someone puts a plate in front of you and it's got eggs.
Mm.
Poached, scrambled, or fried.
Poached. Because I can't make poached.
Just
very well.
eat the poached eggs raw. Not raw, but like by itself.
Oh. No, scrambled eggs are better by themselves.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's the superior egg choice.
Okay. Makes sense.
Yeah.
I concede.
What a way to end up.
I'll get one more.
Okay.
Would you rather have an itch that you physically cannot reach or have a song that is stuck in your head and you cannot get it out?
It's you physically cannot reach. What kind of song are we talking?
Who
Good song,
cares?
bad song? Is it fucking
But
Baby
every song,
Shark, or is it
every
like
song becomes a bad
Bohemian
song.
Rhapsody?
Every song becomes a bad song after it's stuck in your head forever. Let's just assume it's a good song.
Itch you cannot reach, a song you cannot get at. I'd rather have an itch I cannot
okay,
reach.
This is like last week. Yeah.
Yeah.
The song would drive me mental.
Yeah.
I'd actually go insane, I think.
Yeah.
The itch, I think you could find out ways to.
Oh, I could just get you to scratch it.
True. Oh.
Ah, there you go.
Loophole.
There you go.
Well, that's it for the Byron and Pace podcast.
Oh, yes.
Interesting episode. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. We'll be seeing you very shortly. Pace is going away soon.
Yeah, I think we got some exciting news coming up.
And we've got some guests coming up as well.
Guests, exciting news. It's all very good. It's
Yeah.
all very good. Thank you guys for listening. As always, if you have a second, 2 seconds, 5 seconds, give us the stars.
10?
Cheeky little review wouldn't go amiss. This is our lives you're playing with. This is literally our lives.
Yeah.
So,
Mean a lot to us.
throw us a bone.
Otherwise, thank you
Yeah, much
for
love.
listening, making
Big
it all
kiss.
this far. We'll see you soon. Bye.